If you saw my last video, which was the camping video, you'll know that I was riding an electric bike. And this is not the same electric bike that I was riding. It was my cousin's in the video, but because of my experience on it, I went out this week and bought one. So this is going to add to the whole camping and overland experience because it'll take me to places when I'm out in the woods or the forest or wherever I end up with the Forerunner. This will come with me and I'll be able to explore areas outside the campsite where I normally couldn't. This one happens to be an Addmotor electric bike, and I'm just showing you a couple of the features of it through video. I'm not going to explain anything about it yet because I'm going to do a video on this particular bike and some of the features. But I am going to enjoy this bike. I have been all week. I've been on it every single day. I'm using it off-road, on-road, and everywhere in between. And I have to say that I love it. So I'm going to add this to the channel. It's very interesting. This whole concept of electric bikes, they're exploding. And I understand why now. So I'm going to hop on this bike and record a video. It's going to be about an 18-mile ride, and I'll do some narrating as I'm driving. So hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a little bit different than the normal format, but I do want to incorporate this electric bike and more electric bikes into the channel. We're off to the bike shop that I brought this bike from. It is Electric Bikes of Arizona, owned by a local family. Actually, the guy and his wife and his kids live not far from where I just left, my house. It's about a 5-minute drive from my house. So his shop is about 9 miles from my house. So that's where I'm heading today. And it's Arizona summer. They open at 10 a.m. Wish they opened a little bit earlier so I can get an earlier jump before the heat kills me. But it is 90 degrees. Right now it's about 9:25 a.m. So I'm gonna see if I make it 9 miles in the heat. And of course my biggest concern is the drive back, which will put me into the later part of the morning and probably about 102 degrees. Depends how fast it warms up today. But this is just a quick back road that leads to the New River Trail here in Arizona. And that New River Trail runs, I'm not quite sure, I think it's about 15 miles long. I have to look at that a little bit closer, but it's a really nice bike and walking trail. Oh, I just passed my little spot here, guys. Hold on. All right, so I gotta go between these houses on this little path. These little rabbits guys are all over. They're gonna come with me, maybe. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is, I think I'm gonna get a GoPro mount for my head. Just right now the GoPro is mounted on my chest, and I'm gonna see how the footage looks when I return. But I might get better luck with the footage on a head mount. Never used one before, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm hoping the camera is pointed up high enough where you're able to see in front of me a distance. So this is a little underpass. Here, this is called Deer Valley Road, and you go under the pass. So this New River Trail takes you pretty much along the parallel to the 101 freeway most of the parts. And that it takes you under the roads, so it's just one continuously long path, which is really nice. I'm gonna see if I can adjust this camera up a little bit while I'm riding. It might be in the most upright position right now. Yeah, I believe it is. So see if I can lock it in and how the footage looks. So I'm riding right now on a Addmotor, which is the name of the company. It's an Addmotor electric bike. It is a step-through model, which is really what I was looking for. Some of the other, and it's 20-inch tall, the 20-inch tires, not 26-inch tires. Like a lot of those electric bikes that have the 26-inch tire and are not step-through can be a little tough for the vertically challenged like myself. I'm 5 foot 6 inches tall. So when I was riding my cousin's e-bike when we went camping at Stoneman Lake recently, it was an awesome bike. However, it was difficult to get on and get off easily. So this one I can kind of just like hop on easily, and when I get off, I can dismount even while I'm moving, no problem. Or when I come to a stoplight, I'm able to get my feet on the floor quite easily, so without crushing my my bits. So this was a good option for me. And this guy Adam, who owns this shop here that we're headed to, let me ride about 5 different bikes. He let me ride as many bikes as I really wanted. There was 5 that I was interested in, and then narrowed it down to 2. And then between those 2, he let me hop on and off each one 3 times each. So he was a very patient man. I have to give him a lot of credit. And he did it all with a smile on his face, answering any questions along the way. But his goal was to get me into the right bike. So he wasn't just looking for a sale. He wanted to make sure that I was happy with what I chose. And I am. I'm very happy with this one. So like I said, this is the Addmotor bike. It is the M50 model step-through, 20-inch tall tire, fat tire, so 4-inch wide. And this I got specifically, well, I shouldn't say specifically. I got it because I enjoy biking. I used to do road bikes just to keep in shape. So I enjoy doing it for more of a health benefit, because I go to the gym a lot, and it was just something different for me to do besides working out with weights all the time. So, and I should say that this bike I got, a big part of the reason I should say is for overlanding. After going camping and riding on my cousin's e-bike, we were able to get to places outside of the campsite, which I never would have discovered had I not had another form of transportation. Because once my 4Runner is set up and the awning's out, it's, you know, I can put it up and drive around, but to get on these small paths that we were on with these bikes, it would have been either extremely difficult or impossible at some points. So we were able to discover and explore areas that we wouldn't have been able to without. So, and in addition, and I had mentioned this maybe in one of my videos, is we did not have cell service where I was. And I know a big part of the reason, you know, you go camping, or a lot of people go camping, is to get away from the, you know, pretty much to unplug, get away from technology and the hustle and bustle of everyday life. However, that being said, so there was some beeping just now. I don't know if that was my GoPro, my phone, the bike, or what the hell that was. But I'm gonna see if this was the GoPro maybe stopping, or the battery is maybe low. So, and I'll continue with what I was saying. So I just pulled over to check the battery life of the GoPro, which I know I was just talking about, and I know it didn't pick it up because my GoPro turned off. So I thought the battery had died, and it didn't. It just turned off. So earlier, when I heard a sound, it was my GoPro turning off, which was several miles back, which means I missed not only a lot of footage, but a lot of the things I was saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this footage out when I get back home, see what I missed, and then I'll do another video, because I was talking about quite a few things. Not only about the path I'm on, but just about the electric bikes in general. So I don't know what I picked up, but so I'm about, let's see, I'm 4.2 miles on my trip reading, and I shut it off at 3. Well, I didn't reset it, so I was about 3 miles in. So I'm about 7 miles in, which means my destination, Arizona Electric Bikes, it should be about 2 miles. We'll see. I don't want to be coming home in the 105-degree heat, that's for sure. Got a little bit of cloud cover right now, so I'm grateful. There's a huge difference between when the sun's beating down on you. See, this is why you need an electric bike. This guy might be a little winded. So if I ever get to a point where I'm super winded, which may be today, on the way back, I could just use throttle. But I was saying earlier, I believe GoPro shut off and it didn't catch it, but I was saying earlier was, I use pedal assist. In other words, I'm using my leg power 99% of the time. So my wattage output for the electric motor is low because most of my power is coming from my legs. I'm going under underpass. I don't know what road that is. Let's see what it says. I can't see what road it is. Usually they put a sign on the underpass so I can see what road I'm crossing under. I need to go to Peoria Avenue, so I'll keep an eye for that. I think I'm still 2 miles out. But anyway, my battery, I rode this thing 9 miles yesterday. I'm 7 miles in today. My battery, and I'm gonna ask the owner when I get there, but my battery has not dropped 1 notch. So that is what? 7 and 9, 16 miles. Oh shit. Okay, looks like I'm going up over here. All right, I've never been to this area before, so I'm gonna try to pay attention. Shoot. I hope it doesn't end here. That would kind of screw me. No, it looks like it might loop around. Yeah, I think it just loops up top here. All right, so if I can't get to Peoria Avenue, it might be a little tough for me here. All right, let's see. All right, pedal assist 3, take me up to about 13, 14 miles an hour. Now I'm gonna press it to 4, and that'll bring me up to 16, 17. So, another thing that I'm gonna experiment with, well, first of all, this bike, the Addmotor M50, which I'm on now, step-through frame. Oh, I just went down 1 notch on the battery. So maybe it is working, but that's pretty impressive. I was supposed to get a 63-mile range in ideal conditions, right? Flat surface, concrete, using a lower pedal assist level, maybe like 2, possibly 3, and using a lot of my leg power. So I'm in 4, I've been 4 most of the way on the path here, and I just went down 1 notch. So I'm gonna say that 63-mile range is accurate. We'll see. We'll see if it's accurate. I actually think I can get more than 63 miles, but I don't know. Maybe sometimes a battery will start to discharge faster, it seems, when you're under half. Or maybe sometimes it doesn't take you all the way to a 0 discharge, which you don't want to do anyway. I probably wouldn't want to take this down more than 15%. So I just saw a boot sitting on a bench all alone. This is not the best area of the bike path, but nonetheless beautiful, and I'm grateful to have it available to take this ride. So we can go up north too, which I'll do. I actually did that on Sunday, but I'm going to do it again on video. I'm using 80 watts right now, just for reference, at 17 miles an hour. I've ridden, this says 5.4 miles, but we add 3, so 8, about 8 miles, a little over 8 miles. And as I mentioned, driving distance from my house to this bike shop that I'm headed to is 9 miles. So I don't know if the path is a little bit longer or a little bit shorter, but it should be somewhere in that range, which would mean I should be coming up on Peoria Avenue sometime soon, within the next mile or so. And then from there, I got to figure out how to exit the bike path and onto Peoria Avenue. And get to the shop safely. So here's a sign coming up. Let's see what this one says. Anyway, this e-bike, oh, I think this is the shopping center right here. Yep, this is the shopping center. So this is Peoria Avenue. I actually, to the right over here, I don't know if I can see my finger, but this shopping center to the right is where I took all my test drives with the e-bikes. So hopefully the GoPro is still recording. I'm gonna see if I can cut over, since this is an all-terrain bike. Let's see. Yep, I'm gonna come up here and hop off the bike. All right. Yeah, it's about 6, 7, 8, 9 miles exactly. So I'm gonna, hopefully they're open. They open at 10. What time is it? Let's see. 10 o'clock, 10:03. All right, hopefully they're open. It would be quite a ride for them to be closed. So let's see. The lights are on inside. Let's see. Let me take my glasses off here. All right, I'm going to turn this camera off. I don't want to scare anybody. All right, guys, just left the bike shop. I am heading back up on the New River Trail. I'm taking this bike over a little curb to get to the trail, which is actually right next to the bike shop. Very convenient. All right, and we're going. So 9 miles. I'm gonna actually reset the trip odometer so I can get it 100% accuracy on. There we go, we're on 0. I'm on pedal assist 1. They had readjusted my brakes. That's the reason why I went there. Shoot, I'm gonna stop and get my glasses. Oh, I forgot to get my eyeglasses. Hold on. Let's see. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna have to retest his brakes while I'm driving here. All right. The brakes were making a little of a ch as the wheel rotated, and worked just fine. It was just more annoying than anything. Plus the fact that being a car guy who's done many brake jobs, that I know if that pad is hitting the rotor, making that sound, you're causing additional wear. It also could mean there's warpage in the rotor, but I don't believe that was the case here. I think it was just needed a slight adjustment. It was off center, the caliper. So this bike has disc brakes, but they are mechanical brakes. The higher end bikes have hydraulic disc brakes, so you can upgrade. People are saying it's usually about $200 or so to upgrade from mechanical to hydraulic disc brakes. So it might be something I do in the future, but right now the mechanical brakes work. They're pretty efficient, so I'm in no rush to throw money at it. I want to get my wife an e-bike. I'm really hoping when she hops on here, she'll see the allure of these things, and we can ride together. My brother is coming back out with the Ram Rebel next month, and he is going to get an e-bike. I'm not sure if his wife knows yet, but at least I have a partner in crime now that I can ride on the bikes. My cousin with his e-bikes doesn't live, I mean, he lives fairly close, but not necessarily close enough where it's convenient for us to ride together. Plus he works a lot of hours, so our schedules are different. But we'll catch up together and e-bike it and have fun out in the woods when we camp. So I'm on the way back right now. My battery level still says it's full. I've ridden 23 miles since I've charged the battery. I actually think it's more, but I'm gonna call it 23 miles. Has not gone down one notch. Now granted, on the way up here, it did go down a notch, but by the time I got to the destination at the bike shop, it went right back up to full. So I think it's kind of in between that. I'm full and I'm ready to come down one level, but it's not quite there yet. Still more on the full side. So I'm dying to see how much range I can get out of a full charge using pedal assist. Like I said, I usually use pedal assist 3 or 4. So 3 is about 14 miles an hour, 4 is about 16, 17 miles an hour, which I'm on right now. All right, I got a big U-turn. See this? I don't know if you can see this drop here to the right. So I have to actually go down, and I'm gonna go down to 0 power assist, and I'm gonna use just pedals. So I don't, when you start to pedal, it'll pull you hard. There's some for a bike, very good low end torque. So I'm gonna make a big wide U-turn here and just use pedals. Because when you start using pedals with the pedal assist, it will, it can throw you. And going through a little area like that or cutting down a sharp turn, it can screw you up. So I'm just on pedals right now. I'm just kind of gliding down this little hill, but just on pedals. So this is, which a lot of these e-bikes have, are they're manual, 7-speed. I'm on no power assist, so I'm gonna kick it up. Oh, okay, the power level just went down. I told you it was on that border. It just went down to 1 notch. So I'm probably, I wish it gave me a percentage. This bike doesn't give you a percentage, but my guess is I'm probably on 85%, 90%, somewhere between there, 88%. That's just a guess. So these bikes have, if you want to use it just as a regular bike, you can. You just go to 0 power assist level and use it as a bike, 7-speed. Most of them have 7 speeds. A lot of them are just 1-to-1. Not a lot of them. Some of them are 1-to-1. I think most are 7 speeds that I was researching. And some have a 10-speed, but 7-speed seems to be the most common. And right now, so I'm in gear 6 right now. I usually, when I'm on power assist level 4, at about 16, 17 miles per hour, I am on, for the most part, gear 6. If I'm going up a hill, sometimes I get down to 5 or 4, but I'm on a slight incline right now, and I'm on 6, and I mean, I'm working. You can see by my wattage output, it is, well, it's 140 now, but it was my legs were doing the work. It was about 48. So here's a hill right here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to put it down. Everything's on the right side here. On the this one will bring it down. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I'm going to So bring it down to, I think that just brought it down to 5. So basically it makes it easier for me to pedal and the power assist starts to kick in. So I'm at 440 watt output right now. As I level out, I'm gonna press this little button here. That'll bring it up to 6th gear, and then I could use my legs more and less of the electric motor. So we'll see when I get back home. It's gonna be 9 miles, give or take 2/10. That's what I determined, at least from my calculation coming down, because I didn't reset the odometer in the beginning. I just added the 2 trips together once I figured it out. But I think it came out to just about 9 miles. So it would be an 18-mile round trip, which I haven't done before. The most I've done on this bike, I've done 20-25 on my road bike when I used to bike years ago, and I certainly was not an avid road biker. I would do it a few times a month. I enjoyed doing it. It was a good alternative to my weightlifting. So this 18-mile round trip is the most I've done in many, many years, and certainly the most I've done on this e-bike. Like I said, I've only had it for maybe a week or so, and I started off, I rode 3 miles, and then 5 miles, and 7 miles. I think yesterday I rode 9 miles total. So I'm actually doubling my best day today at 18 miles. So it's good. I mean, you know, sometimes when you have a regular bike, you look at it, you're like, I gotta get on the bike today. Sometimes you get on there and you want to get out and enjoy it. But I think sometimes it becomes a chore, and then the bike gets put aside and you put it off and you don't get that form of exercise that you wanted because it becomes a chore. So it's just like when I do weightlifting, you know, I've weightlifted since I was 16, I'm 52 now, you know, for the weightlifting for most of my life, but there are times when I don't want to get to the gym and it becomes a chore. So this is a great, like, hey, I'm not going to the gym today, I'm gonna hop on the bike. But having an e-bike, it honestly, I get excited in the mornings to say, you know, I walk the dog, I have breakfast, and then I get ready and I go for a bike ride. That's what it's been for the last week at least. I'm excited still to hop on the bike. I mean, I don't consider it a chore at all. So I know when I rode the regular bike, the road bike, I would, you know, see a big hill coming, and sometimes I considered it a challenge, and sometimes I dreaded it. You know, you knew that your legs were going to be burning. It's a little bumpy road right here. They're going 20 miles an hour down here, actually just coasting. But you know that when you approach any kind of obstacle, you know, a steep hill or whatever, and you're not mentally, physically prepared for it on an e-bike, you can do what you need to do. You can use just throttle, pedal assist, or whatever you want to do. You can put it on 0 and, you know, and go at it and get that burning on the legs if that's what you decide to do. But honestly, at 52 years old, you know, I still love a good physical challenge, but every once in a while, I'm gonna actually take it down one level here. There we go. On the gears, and on the pedals, this is still on 4, so the motor is actually working right now. I took it easy on my legs here. I still want that challenge once in a while, but let's put it this way. All right, let me go down. All right. I'm less prepared. I'm not as prepared as often as I was when I was younger. Let's put it that way. You know, I see a hill when I was younger, I attacked it. Never thought about it. You know, as you get older, you see a hill, you know, when you're physically active, and, you know, just many times you want to tackle it, and there are some times that you just don't have it in you. So anyway, the e-bike is a good vehicle to kind of mitigate that thought process, that feeling that you have when you're not up for the task. So don't get me wrong, I'm still, like I said, I'm still pedaling here. The electric motor is working, but it's not working very hard. And that's one of the reasons why I'm getting incredible mileage range on this thing. I was just talking to the shop owner, Adam, and some of the guys who work there. They all, you know, a lot of them ride in on their e-bikes. I saw Adam drove his truck today, but he also had an e-bike, big e-bike box in the back. I'm assuming that he's going to assemble to put for sale. But I mean, these guys are passionate about these bikes and bikes in general, but the e-bikes is a big business right now. So I can understand why. I'm wondering how the audio is going to come out in this video. I'm using, a lot of times what I use is the Rode wireless mic. I'm using that, and then this is the first time I'm actually using a lavalier extension to the mic. So I have the wireless part strapped on my hip, and then I run the wired part up on kind of my lapel. Right now it's attached to my GoPro chest mount, so it's kind of right below my beard. I'm getting a phone call. All right, it's a business phone call, but that can wait till I get back. Anyway, I'm not sure how the audio is going to come out for this. I don't know if the wind noise is going to be affecting the audio quality. The audio quality. But we'll see how it comes out. This mic does have a little foam cover, which sometimes will block out wind noise. And I've never used the lavalier mic, so the combination of my setup today, between those things, we'll see how the quality is. But anyway, I got another guy way ahead of me here. I think he's the same guy I passed on the way down. We'll see as we get closer. But I'm curious to see how much mileage I can get on a full charge and riding the way I normally ride, which is, you know, mainly me with some pedal assist. And I'm gonna do a test also. I just tell Adam, he was very interested to know, is Adam, the shop owner, the bike shop owner, Electric Bikes of Arizona, that's the name of his shop. He's in Peoria. If I don't do pedaling at all, oh shoot, I almost lost my mic here, guys, my little wireless clip. If I don't do pedaling at all and I just use throttle, how many miles will I get range-wise? So I'll be curious to see. And that would also be dependent on inclines, declines, so there's the grade of the surface I'm on as well. Let's see where we're going. I gotta make it right. What am I doing here? I think I just took a wrong turn. So I haven't come down this area before. Let me hop off this bike and turn this thing around here. I think I was supposed to go over the bridge. Yeah, because I'm supposed to, oh, I just went over some thorns. That's another thing to consider too. So let me go into no pedal assist as I go through this little narrow area over the bridge. I'll talk about flats in a second here with e-bikes. All right, I'm running parallel to the freeway, which is where I need to be. So I'm gonna put my pedal assist back on and start cranking up here. I wanna do a test where I go full throttle. Not full throttle, I wanna use throttle only for a regular ride down to the shop, which is the 9 miles that I just did. Without pedaling at all, just throttle, and to see how many miles I get. The drawback would be, I guess it wouldn't be a drawback, if I burn the entire battery on 18 miles, which most likely I will. If I can get 18 miles out of just throttle, it would be pretty good. As long as I'm not going full send on number 5, which is about 20 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour. If I don't make it all the way back home, no matter what temperature is out, and no matter how I feel, I'm riding this thing as a bike. And it does ride pretty darn good as just a regular bike with 0 pedal assist. But don't forget, this thing is 68 pounds, and my road bike, I don't even remember, it's what, 24 pounds maybe, something like that.
So it's, you know, 3 times the weight of my road bike, which means I'm working quite a bit harder to get the thing in motion. Anyway, regarding flat tires, while I was there at the shop, I just got a spare tube and threw it in my back, my pack in the back of the bike here, just as a backup. I haven't put the pump back there yet, but I'm gonna put a little hand pump. And these tubes only take between 15 and 30 PSI. I think a lot of people run them actually at 20 PSI. My road bike was, I believe, was right around 100 PSI in the tubes. So a little hand pump should be more than sufficient, even though it's a lot of air volume, because it's a 4-inch wide, 20-inch tall tire. It is the guy I passed on the way down, so I'm gonna be passing him. I'm gonna overtake him on the left, but I'll give him the bell just to let him know that I'm coming. Hold on, I'm gonna pass him, but then I can talk about these flat tires. So it's so funny. Some of these people you get a weird reaction from. That wasn't the guy before. He was same outfit, but the guy before I passed on the way down, I saw he had an electric bike. As I passed him, this guy, this is on an electric bike. It looked like, as I was passing him on the left, like, I don't know, I can't see his face, but it looked like he was like trying to pedal harder, like almost wanted to race me or something, or didn't want me to pass him, which is, I find it funny, but it's a lot of times you experience that when you're driving on the road. You know, someone's driving slow in front of you, and you want to go a little faster, you go to make a pass, and then they speed up, right? Because they don't want, for some reason, they want to exert their dominance. I don't know, I guess. But regarding these flat tires, there's like 3 or 4 different options. I think it's like 4 main options for helping with flat tires. Putting slime in the tires is one of them. And then there's a tube insert. I think there's actually 2 companies who do tube inserts. Well, I'm sure there's more, but 2 main companies that do tube inserts. And that's an option. You put them actually in the tire, between the tire and the tube. So it basically creates a thicker rubber wall before something that punctures into the tire gets into the tube. That's what my cousin has. This shop was charging $75 a tire. However, he recommended a product called Flat Out, and I think it's a black liquid material that's inserted into the tire, kind of like the slime is. I think the install method's a little bit different, but that being said, is he feels that was the best option. It was $10 a tire, so a hell of a lot cheaper than the inserts. But he felt it was a better option, and there was better results from that particular product. I mean, he could have easily sold me the $75 a tire. This is the reason why I like that shop and I like him as an owner, is he could have easily sold me that if he wanted to. I would have bought it if he told me that was the way to go. You know, there's no doubt about it. Do that, I would have done it. So after coming home, watching a bunch of videos on YouTube about some very experienced e-bike people, it seems, and there's never a consensus on anything, right? So it seems that there was, I shouldn't say consensus, there's never any subject that's non-controversial, it seems, that everyone can all agree, right? There's always the outliers or a small percentage that will say something, but I would say a large consensus that I saw at least say that the Flat Out product probably works best. But you know, every situation is different, every tire is different, so the terrain you ride on, there's a lot of variables. Anyway, I had the Flat Out in my tires, and I got the extra tube because Flat Out, and nothing is impervious to fault or defect or, you know, issues. So, you know, if I'm out camping and I take this e-bike 5 miles out of camp exploring, you know, and there's no reception and my radio's not working, or I'm alone completely, which I do plan on, you know, doing camping alone, is I'm shit out of luck. I mean, you know, I looked at the Sauron, right, which is an electric dirt bike, but I told myself, what if that happens when I'm out on a Sauron, 5 miles out of camp alone, or can't get in touch with anyone? I'm pushing that thing back 5 miles. Man, I don't know, I just couldn't get past that. Plus the fact that I want exercise, right? And I know that even running a dirt bike, you will get some kind of core exercise. That's understood. I rode my cousin's Sauron, and it was quite the bike. I have to say, it was comfortable as heck. I loved it, absolutely loved it. I'd love to have one of each, but you know, I don't have unlimited funds, so opted for this bike, or for an electric bike with pedals or pedal assist, because I do want to still get the exercise. And if I'm out there alone, 5 miles out, I get a flat, whatever, a mechanical failure, I can pedal back, you know. It's an option for me. It wouldn't be an option otherwise, so I'm happy with that. So I'm 6 miles from the shop, so that means I have 3 miles more to go, and the battery's still at 3/4 here. I got the extra tube just in case that flat out does not work, or has a failure, which is extremely possible when you're off-road with these sharp rocks, and there's thorny bushes out there. There's all kinds of things that can happen, but you know, a lot of those rocks can easily puncture a tire, even with a product as good as flat out. And I want that tube. I want the opportunity available to me to change a tube out if I need to. I've done it before on the road bike, so I got the tube as assurance policy, so you know, that'll stay in my bag with the pump and a patch kit. So I'm prepared. But I'm looking in the rear view. I just got this rear view mirror. Oh, there's a little gravelly area right here. I want to make sure I don't slide. So I'm looking in my rear view mirror. I just put this mirror on yesterday. I guess I have some really cool accessories. So when you buy these bikes, you know, and maybe it's just me or the people I hang out with, is like, no matter what we buy, it seems we can't not modify it, right? And I don't know if that's, you know, I don't know how large of a group. I guess this is a pretty large group, you know, car guys, right? I'm a car guy. I'm a vehicle guy. Used to be a car guy, drag racer, you know, and never was into trucks at all. And now here I am, completely into the 4Runner, off-roading, all kinds of trucks, Jeeps, the Ram Rebel, all that kind of stuff. So, but I can never, besides my Hellcat, the Challenger Hellcat, I really haven't done very much to that. I just enjoy that car the way it is. You know, 700 horsepower, a beast of a car. I could easily take that up to 1,000 horsepower and put a big smile on my face. But seriously, you know, I have 18,000 miles on the car. It's 2015. And how often would I use 1,000 horsepower? I can't even hook up on the road. My tires go up in smoke, you know, immediately, you know, with 700 horsepower. So it's unusable most of the time. You know, when I'm at the track and I have the drag radials on, I'm heating them up and you're in perfect, you know, drag race mode conditions, that's a different story. You know, I can see 1,000 horsepower putting a smile on my face, but 99% of the time I'm on the road, you know, when I do drive it, and I enjoy what I have. So I've done modifications as far as suspension work, things like that. Not a lot. That's one of the few cars that I haven't really touched that I've owned. But this bike, you know, you think you're gonna buy it and be like, I'm gonna get on and I'm just gonna enjoy it, which you absolutely can, don't get me wrong. But when you have that sickness, quote unquote sickness, that that people like us have, is that you have to modify everything, you know. It's you look at it and you're like, okay, where am I gonna put my phone? I gotta get a phone mount. I can't see behind me. I always have to look over my left shoulder, see if someone's approaching me or whatever it is, even to be safe. You know, in areas like this, sometimes it gets a little sketchy under the bridges and stuff or whatever. Let me put a mirror on there. Let me put an extension bar so I can put more accessories on there, which I have. Bag on the back to put my wallet and my drinks or whatever it is. But this is a million things you can do to these bikes, including adding an extra battery. If you are a heavy commuter, you can actually add another battery on. Or you just buy another battery. This battery goes, take it off, you put it in the backpack, you know, and you snap the new battery in there, and here you go for a whole nother block of electric motor assist, you know. So if I can get, let's say I get 50 miles out of this on pedal assist, which I think I can easily do. I know I will easily do. Shit. I almost went off the road. I was looking at under the bridge there. You can get 100 miles, you know, potentially, or more, you know, or slightly less, depending, I guess, on how you're riding the bike or terrain. That's it's pretty impressive. You know, let's say 100 miles. I haven't weighed these batteries. I think some people said they're like, say, 9 pounds or so. Seems to be accurate when I take it out and I feel it. Maybe a little bit more, maybe close to 11, but I'll weigh one. I'll do a video on a lot of the specifics of this particular bike. But a lot of these bikes have overlapping features, so you can get a general idea of, you know, what things weigh and how they operate by the video I'm going to put out, or the videos I'm going to make on this bike as well. So 7.3 miles from my sorry guys, got a little bit of a wind. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? When we get to a flat area, I'm going to put on pedal assist 5, put it in 7th gear. I'm going to kind of give you an idea of, you probably won't get an idea, but you can hear of how how fast this thing is. But you'll probably hear the electric motor spool up. So let me do this. I think there's a little spot right here. All right, 7th gear, pedal assist 5, and here we go. All right, so 19 miles an hour, 23, 25. All right, I'm gonna stop right now at 27. Going down to pedal assist 4. You got 8 miles an hour in these those turns, which are a little tight. It might not be a great idea. And I just went down 1 power level on the battery, so that gives you an idea of what. I mean, I didn't look at the watt output, but I'm pretty sure it was about 1,500, 2,000. I looked at it once before when I tried this. Whew! I was trying to pedal to keep up with it, but I don't know how successful I was with that. But I am 7.7 miles from the shop to my house, so which means I have another 1.3 miles to go. Whew. So anyway, it's as I come in on this last mile here to my house, I will sign this video off. I have no idea if the GoPro was set up on my chest at the right angle. I have it up all the way up. Sometimes I lean forward, sometimes I sit up straight on the seat, so I don't know exactly what kind of footage I'm getting. When I look at the footage, I guess I'll get an idea of what the quality was, audio and video wise, and I'll make adjustments from there. So, but this is my first e-bike video. I thought it would be fun to do it and talk about the bike and some of the features and some of the thoughts going through my head about why I got it and things like that. So I'll make more e-bike videos. So this will be added content. I might even do a separate channel. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll add this to the Overland content, because without a doubt, this is, I'm sorry, but this is an Overland vehicle as far as I'm concerned. This will get you out. You know, the joy of overlanding is, you know, being able to sometimes get out into places that you can't normally go with a normal vehicle. You know, you have these 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, lifted, whatever it is, modified vehicles that you can get out and enjoy places that you normally can't enjoy with just a regular car. I just had to duck out of a branch's way here, so this is added to my arsenal of overlanding, you know, equipment that will get me to places where where I want to go, which is where places where not a lot of people can get to. So that's the joy of it, right? That's the excitement of it. So, all right, I'm coming up on my turn off into the subdivision, and I'm going to sign off here, but we'll make more videos, and I appreciate you guys staying tuned. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this and varied content for overlanding, camping, modifications, install, stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys, and have a wonderful day, and we will be posting a video soon, usually every week. That's my goal. It's a lot of work, but I truly enjoy doing it, so that's my goal, is once a week. So signing off, guys. Thank you.